What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Coach Ken from Giving It a Try. It's been a couple weeks. It's just been crazy family, life wise, training wise. Basically, like everybody, including myself, is into some type of plan right now for building towards a race. And this past week, it's definitely thrown some adversity at us which is one of the topics we're going to talk about quick here on this quick weekly athlete talk, is going to be the heat. But let's real quick recap. I mean, week 26 of 2025. What's very important about that number is we're halfway there. We're halfway through 2025. Like, it's halftime. And, we can look back and see where we went the first two quarters of the year, how things have panned out, maybe reassess, self-evaluate what's going on. Look at some of the goals you set earlier in the year and some of those supportive goals, meaning you had a goal for prepping for a race or something with endurance, and you had these sub goals on things you were going to do to help you get there, whether that was clean up your diet, do a little bit of strength training, whatever it is. So let's reassess and self-assess what some of those sub goals were and see if we're still on track as we are about to head into the third and fourth quarter here of 2025 and really start to peak for our races. But we really can't not talk about the heat that has come across the Northeast this week. We are in full summer mode, and I've gotten a couple Hail Marys from coached athletes and just some questions on how to kind of deal with the heat. Last week's long form podcast was on electrolytes, everything you kind of need to know about that, including sodium. So it was a great time for that to come in. I just reposted that today across a few platforms as well, because it's very important. It's important to know how, when, and the differences between a lot of these electrolyte products and how, why we should take certain products at certain times of the day and in before, after an intra workout. So check that out as well if you want to get some more information on electrolytes and sodium content and all that fun stuff. But as far as the heat comes, I've kind of taken it in stride, literally. The past few weeks, if not months, I've been enjoying getting good nights of sleep when I can and not mind training mid-morning, midday, instead of being the really early bird that I used to be, just due to scheduling. So if I can get the training in midday, that's fine with me, and I'll get my sleep in. But unfortunately, that leads me to having to go out in the heat a little bit. And anytime I see people getting out there, getting these long bike rides in, these runs in during the day, what we need to know is, especially for a lot of coached athletes, we have your heart rate zones and we have your pace zones. Unfortunately, there's a percentage of you that don't track heart rate accurately, so it's kind of hard to do your bulk of your training based around heart rate. But what you will notice is if you're heading out for an easy run or an easy bike, at those intensities, you're going to see a higher heart rate, especially deeper into the workout as we go with the heat. You may even get some type of threshold notification pop up on Training Peaks that says you've reached a new peak, but it may not be because of your performance and you're pushing. It may be because you're literally burning up your body out there and you're being out there a little longer than we need to be for the heat right now. But the biggest tips I like to tell all the coached athletes with the heat is you're just going to have to anticipate the slowdown. High 70s, 80s, you're going to drop off pace a little bit. Once you start talking about the 90s, you're going to drop off pretty good. This past run that I did yesterday, it was kind of it was 60 minutes, and I did an hour and 20 minutes a couple days ago in the heat. And yesterday's run was an easy run, and each mile just naturally, slowly progressed to be a little slower each time. But my heart rate was climbing a little bit through that. So by the end of the first hour, I would say that my pace was probably 45 seconds slower per mile than my typical easy runs. And that's fine. But my heart rate was actually where it needed to be. So that's what we were training. We were training to make that adaptation that I needed to do for the easy run. I was trying to get a little heat adapted as well. And we can get into that whole topic on how long that takes and all these other things. And I may save that for a little bit of a long form content. But just understand that take the workout still for what it is. If it's an easy workout, make it a little easier. If you have intervals out there, you're not going to be hitting your intervals. In fact, I would applaud you if you kind of not heat acclimated or you have some issues with the heat a little more than other people, is to just swap out the workout. It's okay to make that self-regulated adjustment during the week where you say, all right, I got this interval to get done, but it's going to be hot the rest of the week. scrap it. Just go get your workout in and go make it easy. Like, your heart rate's still going to climb a little bit. We don't want you to overexert yourself, because there is also the other side of it is when you go deep into these sessions and it's hot out and you're kind of baking your body out there, you're going to have to put a little more time in for recovery. So your fatigue is going to start to build higher for these workouts than it normally would. And that's going to also affect our recovery. But it is definitely getting hot out there, so make sure you're fueling in, during, and after your workouts. I mean, I'm working on my watch is charging right now, a nice Garmin tan from running outside this week. And, just again, be careful out there, and just be smart and be safe out there. A couple other topics that I've written down in the last couple weeks. Some things relating to biking, indoor, outdoor, erg mode, pros and cons of it. So we're going to hit those topics real quick. If you notice on your indoor cycling platforms, there is an erg mode that is going to automatically adjust the power on the trainer to be where you need to be. So if you need to do 150 watts for 10 minutes, it's going to basically make the trainer make you have to hit 150 watts no matter what gear you're in, and no matter how you pedal, it's going to adjust resistance to you to hit that 150 watts. Then if you have an interval where you have to hit 170 watts for a minute, it's going to adjust, become harder, and it's going to adjust for you, as opposed to you having to find a gear, push a little harder, kind of like real world, and make it happen out there. What do I do with erg mode is, for my set workouts, my intervals, my short punchy intervals, like today I had 8 by 40 seconds at above FTP. I make that erg mode because I want that to dial in. I want to hit these specific numbers. And I'll admit it, today I had some tired leg, and it's been a struggle to kind of hit these workouts. But because the erg mode makes you have to hit that, like there's no ifs, ands, or buts, we're going to try and get this workout done today. And lately I have been able to get the workouts in and hit those metrics because of erg mode. If I was just trying to spin up and get to that wattage on my own, I just maybe would have fell short because it wouldn't, I don't know, just maybe I wasn't going to push hard enough for there. If it's going to be a free ride, say you have to get an hour and a half done outdoors, but you have to be on the trainer because it's kind of junky out, pick a nice rolling hills course on Zwift or something that matches the course profile that you're training for. Don't put it on anything. Keep it off erg mode. Go for a free ride. See where your power's at. But I will assure you, if you do a workout by erg mode and your FTP is set properly, it will be a tougher workout and you'll have a higher average power output than if you try to hit those numbers without being in erg mode. So I hope that helps a little bit. Now, as far as outdoor versus indoor rides, I get asked all the time, heck, if you can get outside for every one of your bike rides, I applaud it. I love nothing more than biking outside. But if you're the time crunched athlete, kind of like I am, getting that indoor ride in, for me, when I'm in tri season, prepping for 70.3 or something along those lines, typically I'll do 3 bike rides a week. Going to be 2 midweek rides that are about up to an hour long each. Those are going to be set rides based off of power. I like to do those indoors because I can really hit those power numbers on erg mode. And then for my longer bike ride on the weekends, that progressively longer volume ride, I like to go outside. Helps my bike handling, helps me get acclimated, helps me with my bike handling skills as I'm grabbing nutrition on and off the bike. And it's just, again, more real world feel for you to be able to get out there and be on that bike. So that's how I like to divvy up my outdoor and indoor rides as I go along with the program here. This is something I wrote down a couple weeks ago. This is getting acclimated to open water swimming, but it is, I mean, if people are going out in open water, you've probably been out a couple times now. But if you maybe haven't gotten out there yet and you're someone who's not totally comfortable with open water swimming, be careful with where you're going out there. Just stay close to the shore, stay close to somewhere where you can stand, have good experiences out there. Because if we go out there and just try and full send out in the open water, go out there in the middle of the bay or wherever you're swimming and have a little bit of a panic attack, that does nobody any good. That actually regresses your comfortableness with the open water. So we definitely want to literally tread lightly while we're out there for the first few times, build that confidence. Get out there, and then before you know it, you'll be swimming the distances you need out there, and you're going to be totally comfortable with it again. And again, if you're somebody who needs to acclimate a little bit, you can't just jump in and go, then that's the way to do it, is just, again, good positive experiences while you're out in the open water is definitely going to build your confidence on the long term. I mentioned the Electrolyte podcast. Please check that out. And then one of the last things for today is, if you're time crunched for a workout, because I know especially those with the kids and finishing school, I don't know what it is, but June has just seemed to be like a super busy month on the calendar with just everything, life, work, family. It's just one thing after another, double booked, triple booked, whatever it is. So if you're a time crunch trying to fit these things in, and you have an hour and 20-minute workout, hour 20-minute run, or 60-minute run, and you're just kind of like, dang, I don't think I have the time to get that in today. I will tell you, anything is better than nothing. Or if you're super tired from the week and you had this like 5 by 1 minute interval run or something like that, and you're just not feeling it, go for an easy run. Again, that's the self-regulation I talk about, is you making the proper decisions and adjustments that you need to make on the fly so that you can get the most out of your training. Because just going out there and getting something done is definitely going to play bigger dividends than just getting a red box for the day. Unless you truly need the rest day. Again, once in a blue moon, it's okay to take an extra rest day. It is what it is. Don't force it. But for the most part, if you can just go out there, start getting it done, get as much done as you can. Even this past a week ago, I had a long run to get done, but we had a bunch of things to do with kids' sports. So I went out. I got, I believe it was 45 minutes of the run done. We went to the event. I came back and I did the second 45 minutes later in the afternoon. Got my hour and a half done for the day. And that's just how I chalked it up. So again, be creative out there. Get it done. And again, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, keep balancing that life 1 mile at a time. And I will catch you all on the next one.